Hey there! Today we are going to build this reading progress bar using only CSS to animate it. This is how it looks like. The catch is that we are going to use a new experimental CSS property called animation timeline. This lets us specify the timeline that is used to control the progress of a CSS animation. Because it's still in experimental phase, it is not yet supported by all the browsers. I recommend checking out developer.mozilla.org for more information. Alright, let's get started. Alright, so first up we have to define a div element that will act as a progress bar. So that is div class, let's call it reading progress bar. Alright. Now let's create a container that will be fixed to the top of the viewport, like here. So div class, let's call it reading progress bar container. Let's move this one inside the container. And I will add some dummy text to make the container visible and easier to work with. And we'll delete this later on. I will say the container, press save. Let's refresh the page and you can see the container here. Alright, now let's go ahead and code the CSS. Let's focus first on the reading progress bar container. I'm going to create a new CSS class called reading progress bar container, and we want the progress bar to be fixed and relative to the browser window. So if we scroll down, the text and the container should stay in the same position. So that would be position fixed. Let's refresh the page, and indeed it stays in the fixed position. Next, we want this container to be positioned at the very top of the page. As you can see, we still have some space between the top of the page and the text itself. So let's say top 0 pixels, refresh the page, and yeah, this is how it's supposed to be. Next, the reading progress bar must span the entire width of the page. So let's say width 100%. Refresh the page. You can see the width at this moment, but if we go ahead and add a background, I'm gonna choose a shade of purple. So that is 6C2FA2. This one is the color of Neutron Dev. Refresh the page and you can see that the div fits the entire screen. Now we want the container to appear on the very top of the other elements on the page. So we should do a z index with a value of 999, just to make sure. So now it's time to style the reading progress bar. So let's start by creating the reading progress bar CSS class. I'm going to set its height to be 10 pixels. And I'm gonna choose a shade of teal as a background. Of course, you may choose any color you want. And next, we want to link the reading progress bar CSS class to the width keyframe animation so that it gets animated when we are scrolling. So that would be animation name width. All right. And now the animation timeline property comes into play. we are setting its value to be scroll, and we are choosing the y-axis, which ties the animation to the vertical scroll position of the viewport. And now we have to define the keyframe animation named width. And the progress bar should start with no width, and we want to incrementally reach to 100% as we scroll down the page. So that would be from with 0 and to with a width with 100%. All right, let's see it in action. All right, and now let's remove the dummy text we set earlier, save the page and refresh once again. And this is our reading progress bar. Alright, I hope you enjoy building step by step this reading progress bar with only HTML and CSS. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments and make sure to check out my other tutorials. Wishing you a wonderful day, and I look forward to catching you in the next one.